Are you ready? Loveline. Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Now, here's Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Well, the man is so right. Let me give the phone numbers out before we get started here on Loveline tonight, because we have an action-packed show planned for you kids tonight. We have Kristen Cloke and Rodney Rowland from Space Above and Beyond, the Fox series. Haven't seen it. Drew hasn't seen it.
Because we're broadcasting.
Oh, that's right. Otherwise, we'd see it. But we're going to get you to see it because I hear it's good. It was created by the guy who did the X-Files. So anyway, the phone number is 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. The fax number, 310-854-4455. And before we go to the phones, I have to say that last night went over to Drew's house for a little dinner.
All right.
Our first social excursion.
Right.
Because people often ask, do you guys get along? It sounds like you hate each other. What, do you see each other after the show? Do you hang out? That kind of stuff. People are curious what our relationship is.
Right.
And I think it's a good relationship,
Right.
but you're a real busy guy.
Right.
And, we have different lives.
Yes. Yeah.
You have your kids waiting at home.
Yes.
I have my pornography collection, and they both need tending to, as you well know.
If I find you stealing my underwear again, here's what's going to happen. See, I can talk over that stuff.
No. See, Mike, Engineer Mike, will you shut his mic off when you do those things, please? That is a new Loveline policy. But I went to Drew's last night with his lovely wife, Susan, and his 3 mongrel kids, and his lovely au pair. Is that what you call her?
Nanny.
Nanny.
Right.
So when do you get to be an au pair, by the way? What's the difference?
I think you're a lot younger when you're an au pair.
Well, forget about her. These kids are all the same age. They're all 3.
They're triplets, right.
They're all 3 years old.
Right.
And it's like Lord of the Flies over there. These kids are nuts. They're bouncing off the walls. They can't keep their jammies on to save their lives. They're walking around nude completely,
right.
which is, you're used to it, but I feel like a pedophile. I do. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. It's like, hey, there's little Drews. It's not like I'm looking at your penis, but in a way, I am. Hopefully yours is a little bigger. But what I'm saying is it's a little bit weird. You understand?
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it either. That's why we decided next time we're going to take you out to a restaurant, not subject you to all that.
Because
there's nothing we can do about it.
But I know, because Drew would put the granimals on the kids, the Spider-Man undies or something like that. Boom, they come flying right off.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately, and everyone's just, it's a big nude fest over there. It's like something that some sicko would put on the internet.
All right.
And I don't know. Now, see, I wasn't really uncomfortable, but I felt bad that I've seen your kids naked. Is that a natural?
I guess. We don't feel bad about it. And we feel bad that we can't change their behaviors. That's just one of many behaviors we can't change.
Oh,
triplets are a whole different thing, too. If you had one kid, you could sit it there and keep after him or her. But
right.
With triplets, you're just outnumbered so badly, you just kind of got to go with it a little bit.
I was scared to death that someone was going to die.
Just because they were jumping off furniture onto the floor?
They would climb onto an end table, which was about 2.5 feet off the ground, and then they would climb onto, it was really sort of an architectural detail of the house. It's the kind of thing where you'd set a potted plant up there when you walked in. It was about 5 feet off the ground, and then they just dive down onto the carpet. Right. But immediately to the right and 2 feet lower, which made about 6 feet down, was ceramic tile.
Right.
And I was scared to death that they're going to land on that.
Could we have stopped them from doing that?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
But
there's you have to tether them to some kind of maypole or something.
That'd be good. Listen, you can construct a cage for us, as far as I'm concerned. It's something.
All I can say to those of you out there that are thinking about having kids, Drew, you ought to just have people. Remember that program Scared Straight, where they take like felons, little young convicts and teenagers who had brushes with the law, and they bring them through the penal system, and they put them down with a couple of cons, and the guy'd say, "Hey, mofo, give me your shoes." And the guy would pull out his glass eye and do all that kind of stuff, maybe sodomize a couple of teenagers once in a while just for realism. Drew, you ought to have teenage women just paraded through your
Just
home.
spend 5 minutes there.
You want to know
Yeah.
what you're in for
Yeah.
when you don't use birth control? This could be you.
And if you wonder why, it's so difficult for people to do good child rearing. Think about that.
Oh.
If you weren't prepared or stable or have resources, I mean, imagine that.
And minus the nanny, too, for a lot of people that don't have the money to do that.
Yes.
All right, not that I don't love them like they're my own. Just don't want to see them again. Daniel.
Hello?
Hey, you're on Loveline.
Hey, Adam, Drew.
Hey.
I have a pledge for you, Adam Land, for out of Adam Land.
Yeah, wait, where's Adam Land?
A land of Adams, like people like you.
Oh, really? There's such a place? I thought the Nazis got to them in the early 40s.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the sperm of the United States of Adam and to the Budweiser of Richard Wings in one station under Eve, Spice and Playboy with beer and sex for all.
Amen, brother. Well, we're all... How old? Hey, this guy was 13 years old, Drew.
See, that's the other thing. I hope we're still around together when my kids are 12, 13, 14, because it's going to be... I mean, imagine that.
No.
I mean, how are we going to contain that? It's gonna
No.
Be...
No. No. Lisa.
Hi.
You're on Loveline. Good.
Okay. This question is probably for Adam.
Okay.
Okay. I want to know, why are guys so intrigued with lighting their farts on fire?
yeah, probably for Adam.
All right.
Probably.
This is a twofold thing. Men's preoccupation with lighting the fart, or younger boys, and in my case, men. The situation is this: there's nothing guys like more than lighting fires in general. You know what I mean? Guys go through that phase. They're burning. Wait till your kids get into this, Drew. They're burning the army man and I'm melting and all that kind of stuff.
Lights everything on fire.
Then they're infatuated with stuff that comes out of their ass. So now you combine those two things and you got a hobby. I have been guilty of doing. Drew, you've lit in a fart.
No.
Come on, it's a scientific experiment.
No.
You've lit in a fart.
No.
Really?
Really?
I got the greatest story in the world. I was driving to Vegas when I used to be in this theater company, and once every 3 months we'd finish up a Saturday night show, be like 12 o'clock at night, and we'd all pile into one car and just head to Vegas for a day and a half and come back with our no money and our tail between our legs and hung over on Monday morning. We're driving to Vegas. I had a couple of beers and stuff before we left. I had a little gas. So I was in the back seat of this Honda, and I was just lighting them all the way. I mean, through Barstow and Baker and all the way to Vegas. I'm lighting fire. Finally, the girl in the front seat just gets so fed up that when I cock my feet up on the back of the headrest and I yell for the lighter, she goes, right as I light the flame and put it up, she yells, "None of this!" And she cracks the window. Well, the wind blows the flame out, and nothing but gas comes out. I had to stop and get out of the car. So it does dissipate the smell, I can tell you that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I don't encourage it.
Aren't you afraid you're going to light yourself on fire?
I've never done it in anything other than blue jeans.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, because I want that protective denim barrier. All right, Lisa?
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right.
Guys.
Yeah, thanks for that, Drew. Thanks for not admitting you've lit farts.
No.
Drew, you pick a call. We're off to a banner start tonight. Joe.
Hey.
Hey, you're on Loveline.
Hey, Adam, Dr. Drew, how you doing?
Good.
Joe.
I got a little problem here. I knew this my best friend for about 5 years now, and we tell each other everything like that. And for the past year, I've gotten to really come close to her, and I really do like her a lot. And I tried to tell her like last week, how I felt about her, but I can't just bring myself out to tell her. And I want to know maybe like what should I do, and like when was the right time?
I'll tell you when the right time is, Joe. Now.
Now?
Yes.
Cause in school, like she sees me in the hallway, she'll come up and like hold my hand, walk me through the class and stuff. But sometimes she'll act like she's like weird. She doesn't like act like she like likes me and stuff. Sometimes I feel she does. Sometimes she feels
right.
But your feelings, at least your anticipation of what she's going to return to you, is different than how she perceives the relationship.
Exactly.
And she may not really understand what your feelings are right now. She may not actually return your feelings. That's another possibility. But it may just be that she doesn't understand how you're feeling.
Unrequited love. Joe.
Yeah.
You have her number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you let me talk to her? I guarantee you, even if she doesn't like you, when I'm done with her, she will.
I don't know, man. I'm in Maryland for
Joe,
I mean, it's 11 o'clock right now, man. I mean, she might be asleep.
You know she's not sleeping. She's probably listening right now.
I don't know.
Joe, she live at home?
Yeah.
Does her dad answer the phone?
Probably her mom will.
I think we should give it a try.
You think?
I think we should. You know why? Because I tell this to our listeners every night. It's going to eat you up. Mm-hmm. You got to find out. You need to know the truth. A lot of people, they put off the inevitable, and then they don't know. And in the interim, she's going to get herself another man. Maybe later tonight, quite possibly, if we don't get to her in the next few minutes.
All right.
You know, and then you're going to kick yourself. And then you're going to run into her at the reunion. She's going to be drunk. She's going to have 9 kids. She's going to have a toothless husband who beats her every night. She's going to go, you know, Joe, I really wanted you for like a year, but nothing happened, and I never got the phone call that Sunday night, so I went off and met a new guy, and now my life's turned to hell.
Yeah.
Do you want that, Joe? No.
I don't know.
No, I don't think you do. We're going to put you on hold, Joe.
All right, man.
And we're going to talk some sense in this young lady.
All right.
All righty. And until then, we have Kristen Cloke and Rodney Rowland. Am I pronouncing Rowland right?
Yeah, Rowland.
From Space Above and Beyond. You guys are a good-looking team.
Thanks. I think.
You don't want to be here, Kristen?
No, I do. I want to be here really bad. I'm so happy to be here. I am. Really.
You do?
No, I am, yeah. Yeah, I do.
How's the show doing?
I think it's doing well. We're having a good time.
Describe. We don't care if you're having a good time. We want to talk about ratings here. We want to talk about money and listeners and sponsors.
Okay, let's just put it this way. We're up against 2 shows, not in the top 100, not in the top 50, in the top 10. America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh.
Horrifying.
60
minutes.
Oh, well.
I know.
Yeah.
So we're here to get all the Loveline listeners to watch our show because we know that's a huge audience.
Oh, I have minions who will do my bidding. I just say the word. They'll do more than that. They'll come over and paint your house if I ask them to.
And it's a cooler show than either of those 2 shows.
Well, 60 Minutes is pretty good.
Well, you know, it's informative, but you can tape it.
Yeah, these stories are what we call evergreens. They'll always be around.
And a lot of them are kind of late, like the tobacco story and all those. I mean, those are stories that, like, we all knew so long ago, and we've heard them. And a lot of them are kind of like rerun stories.
Right.
And Space Above and Beyond is about the future.
I hear one of the stories tonight on 60 Minutes is the Hindenburg crash they're going to get into. You're right. So they're not timely.
They're exploring the tomb of King Tut.
Yeah,
I remember when I was in 5th grade.
That was like 75.
Yeah.
And they've been on the air, and not that we want to turn this into a 60-minute symposium, but they've been on the air for like 25 minutes.
I know.
25 years, pardon me, and
you know, they have
still
a solid,
do well.
Solid
and
audience.
in the top 20.
Yeah.
But their listener base is dying. That's the way I figure it.
Well, we're
50.
hoping.
And at least the hosts of the show are going to die. Would you just put a pox on 60 Minutes? You cursed them, didn't you?
I know. I'm sorry. No, I love 60 Minutes, and if it weren't up against our show, I would watch it.
All right, describe your show and do it in such a way. Take 30 seconds, describe your show in such a provocative way that people are bound to watch it from now on.
Rodney Rowland.
Honey, you're on a roll. I feel it. I see it. You're
Rodney,
going.
I'm so glad you have confidence in me.
Come on, honey.
Okay, it's about Marine Corps officers. It's set in the future in the year 2060. It started out 2063, 100 years after the death of JFK.
Right.
It's about Marine Corps officers who go into a surprise war against an unknown enemy.
Mm-hmm.
i.e. the alien, i.e. a chig, because it looks like a chigger. Okay, that's another thing.
It's a chig, all right. So it's 100 years from when Kennedy died.
Okay, and we go out and we fight in this war where it follows the 58th Squadron, which we are a part of.
She's the leader. It's a very expensive
I'm
show.
the lead.
Incredible effects. It's written by the guys who did the X-Files, so it's very provocative that way.
Is there? Well, I know there's no nudity, but
She's always.
You want a tight, like commander's
Yeah.
jumpsuit and
very tight. You should see this woman's body.
You know, actually, it's really
actually.
just a good show. I mean, it's by the guys who did the X-Files, and they're really, really talented. It's got the best special effects on television.
All right, so let's make a deal with the listeners.
Okay.
Those of you who really need to watch 60 Minutes can continue to watch it, and that's not a huge part of our listening group. But those of you who are watching America's Funniest Videos, come on.
Yeah, that's just scares me.
How many times can you see a guy take a wiffle ball in the nuts? I mean, how many times? You know what I'm saying?
Not only that, but, those poor kids. I mean, it's like, to me, it's a little bit like, I'm scared.
You fear for the safety of the people in the videos?
There's a video on when some of that stuff.
You should have run a video last night at my house.
Yeah, it's really, Drew's kids could fill an hour of programming for that show every week. Leia.
By the way, I seem to have lost the guy whose girlfriend we were going to call.
Well,
what happened, Ann?
Said he was on hold.
Oh.
Mike, you're being docked for that now. Leia.
Huh? Oh.
Hey.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, I was molested about, when I was 12.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, what happened was, I was molested by my mother's fiance.
That was the first time you were abused like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, he lived with us. And, when I tried to tell my mom and everybody, what happened the next day, no one believed me. And so, I took it upon myself to take care of the situation.
Incredible.
And, so I told the police and stuff. And,
how old were you when this happened?
12.
Did you say 12?
That's
okay.
fabulous. That's terrific.
Yeah. Okay, so you called the police.
The difference, by the way, between people that are abused previous to that, when they're younger, they're abused like when they're 6. They don't know any better.
Yeah.
Right.
And then again when they're 12, who sort of get into that victim role. It sounds like
They would internalize it a little and think they had some part of it,
Leah
some
stepped up to
responsibility.
the plate and took care of it. Great.
Well, what happened, he just died. And, he died, a little less than a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was just wondering, I feel, really bad because nothing really happened. Nobody really, they didn't have any, physical evidence or anything to,
He wasn't convicted?
Yeah, nuh-uh. So he still lived with us.
Oh.
And he's lived with us till he died.
So your mom went and married him?
No, she was gonna marry him.
And never did?
No.
Okay.
He passed away. And, I was just wondering, because I feel really, I feel bad because I used to say a lot of bad things to him. And, but, I still feel, because it's really, I don't think it's fair to me, because it's I have boyfriends and stuff, and it's hard to deal with it, because most of the boyfriends I have, all they want is one thing from me anyways.
Did your mom believe you?
No.
Never did believe you?
No.
And did this guy, we don't want to get too graphic here, but how much did he molest you?
He stuck his hands, up my shirt and down my pants and started messing with me and stuff. But we didn't have intercourse.
Mm-hmm.
He messed with me.
Okay.
He went in my,
Okay.
Okay.
And so so he died, and it's really hard to. It's how I'm kind of confused because I'm not sure if I should if I should hate him still, but I still feel nasty from what he did.
Right.
And I'm not sure if I should hate him or if I should, what should I do,
Hate him. Go right ahead. The guy was a criminal, and he victimized you in a terrible way.
Yeah.
And it, to this day, is affecting your ability to have successful relationships.
You didn't have anything to do with his death, right?
Huh?
You didn't do anything to help him along.
Oh, no.
So, all right, don't...
Because when things like that happen to me, it's I stiffened up and I acted like I was asleep.
Look, regardless of how you dealt with it, things turned out okay. It's something that's going to affect your ability to have relationships for a long time to come. You may want to deal with it with a therapist in the future. I suspect, given the way it happened, the age at which it happened, and the way you dealt with it, it's going to be something that you'll be able to resolve as you get older. The fact that you feel dirty and nasty and these sorts of things are completely normal. You need to make careful choices with whom you get involved with and make sure you have stable, connected, intimate relationships before you do anything physical ever again.
Drew, but you said it was okay for her to go on hating him. And I wonder if she shouldn't forgive him in order to expedite her healing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, say, all right, the guy was pathetic. The guy was probably molested himself or had some atrocity done to him growing up. He died early.
Right.
I feel sorry for the guy. He was, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that I'm not saying to condone this type of behavior, but I'm just saying in order for her to move on, he's dead. He had a short and pathetic life. It wasn't my fault. I feel sorry for him in many ways, and I'm moving on.
But at the same token, if she does feel that way, fine. But if she feels hateful feelings, she needn't feel guilty about those.
Okay. Point well taken. We'll be back with Kristen Cloke and Rodney Rowland from Space Above and Beyond to talk about happier times.
Hi, this is Jonathan Silverman
and Joey Slotnick
from The Single Guy. We always listen to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
And they meant it, too. I like those guys. Let me give the phone numbers out. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. The fax number, 310-854-4455. We're here with Kristen Cloke and Rodney Rowland from Space Above and Beyond. The show that, the critics like it.
No, they love it.
Do they?
It's a great show.
I just said that because I was being cool.
No, they
but
do. We have a lot of critical acclaim. It's a really good show. I mean, like the response to it is, I mean, we've done better than any show that Fox has ever had there. So we do well for Fox. It's just that.
Is it an expensive show
really
to do
expensive.
because all the effects and everything?
Yeah, I mean, like last week we did a show where we spent half of our time running from explosives, literally running from explosives. I mean, we blew up everything on this show. I mean, I was burned. Joel De La Fuente was completely burned.
You guys didn't have anything to do with that whole Oklahoma thing, though, did you?
No, fortunately,
Okay,
that was not part of our show. But
No, you guys film out on location here, like
Yeah.
out in the desert and stuff?
yeah, we shoot mostly just down the street in Culver City here, in old CNR factories where we can convert things that we do out on location onto a sound stage, and that's where our flight deck is, where our jets take off out of, and the inside of the Saratoga, which is our big spaceship that our jet, the ISSCV, which
It's
is
huge.
Yeah,
TV,
it's huge.
It's epic TV.
And it's
a film.
And the thing is that it's a war show. So it's not like a science fiction show like Star Trek. It's about war. It's about what a surprise war would be like in the future when you're assuming that the world is at peace, and then all of a sudden, there's this surprise attack from something you don't know anything about.
But you're doing battle with other planets, not like Cuba and stuff, right?
Other solar systems.
Other solar
Yeah,
systems.
we fly through other solar systems.
Shoot them, too.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing, they're assumed planets.
That's great. Though I love Hollywood's view of the future, which is, we'll probably kill everyone we need to kill here, but it's okay. We'll have the technology to go to other solar systems and destroy some other folks.
We believe that we're at peace in the future.
Oh, you are.
Killed everyone
But you work on a gunship.
We're at global peace, and we have people
Deterrence. They have deterrence.
from other countries
Uh-huh.
helping us fight this.
So this is like a multinational coalition you guys have put
a couple
together.
shows ago, we had the Fighting Finns. They were featured heavily in our show.
And the guy who leads up the UN, Boutros Ghali, who's the great. Okay.
It's actually
So a little
Chartwell,
political humor
who's
there.
just recently assassinated.
Okay.
But there are actual explanations for all of these things.
Okay, so I'm hooked now. Now I have to watch.
It's a great show. It really is. I mean, if you ever liked China Beach or Top Gun or Platoon or Star Wars, any of those shows,
You're going to like this one. And speaking of shows, I was reading the resume, and it says here you were in Caged Fear. Now, speaking of shows that I like. Now, this is a movie. I saw Caged Heat, and I'm wondering if it's similar at all.
it was supposed to be similar, but what happened was
Women in prison.
It was. I was in prison.
Yes.
My boyfriend is David Keith.
Right. From Officer and a Gentleman.
Officer and a Gentleman, and he robs a jewelry store. He's on parole. He robs a jewelry store to buy me an engagement ring, and I take the fall for him.
Gets pinned on you.
Yeah, except for I had a huge nudity clause, and there's no.
You
nudity.
have to do nudity. Is that what your clause was?
No, it was.
You have to be
so it was
nude
like
at all
the
times.
most unexciting women in prison.
Oh,
movie
so you're
that
not
ever was.
naked?
Never.
So I can't recommend it?
You can recommend it if you're not into nudity.
But you were set up wrongfully. You went to a prison for women. It was real dark in the
Karen
prison,
Black
right?
and Ray Sharkey, if you're big fans of them.
Oh, really? They're in it.
Yes.
Is Ray Sharkey
and
nude
Loretta
at all? Because I
Devine
still
from
may rent
Waiting
it.
for Exhale, she was in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You guys have like a shower
I'm throwing
scene
it
at
out.
all where she threatened you?
No, she was actually my friend.
I still may rent.
The assistant warden comes on to me.
Okay, good.
To no avail.
Oh, that's good. Oh. No. All right. Stop bursting every bubble I put in front of you.
I'm sorry.
Eric.
Yes.
You're on Loveline.
Oh, okay. A little nervous. You guys gotta kind of bear with me over here.
That's all right. Go right ahead.
Well, all my life I felt myself as being a heterosexual person, and I've been kind of getting these sort of feelings from my roommate, and he's a male.
A male.
Yeah.
You're having feelings for him.
Well, yeah, kind of sexual. I mean, we've lived together for about a year and a half now, and now he works with me. So I manage a plumbing store in Willow Glen, and he kind of works with me too. And we're seeing a lot of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a tanning bed, and I see him tanning, and I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm just kind of.
You have a tanning bed in your apartment?
No, I have a house.
You have a tanning bed in your house?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you may be gay.
I have potpourri too. Am I gay?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Eric, these are the warning signs. The tanning bed was a little extravagant to be on the list, but anybody with a tanning bed.
And I have a squeegee in my bathroom.
Oh, Eric. Well, it's all over.
Oh, so is it that I'm gay or?
Yes. Well, yeah, that's okay.
So it's okay.
It's all right. It's fine with me. I don't know how your roommate's going to feel about it.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's one reason why I'm calling. Should I say anything to him?
Rodney, what do you think? You're the voice of maledom here.
What do you sense from the guy? Does he feel the same way?
No, he's got a girlfriend.
He works at a plumbing supply place. Chances, I'm going out on a limb, but I'm thinking maybe not gay.
Men with tools.
He's gonna probably.
So I probably shouldn't say anything.
You think he's going to flip out?
Go about it subtly, I guess. You don't just drop the bomb. I mean,
shall I get
around.
Maybe the first thing is to begin to discuss with him on a friendly level your ambivalent feelings about your sexuality, and see if it raises any other discussion or anything from his court. That he says, "Well, yeah, I'm feeling that way too," or anything. But I don't think I would come right out and tell him you're attracted to him, because if you know he's heterosexual, it's bound to disrupt your friendship. And you can throw all the hints out you want, but you know who he is. And he doesn't seem to have any interest that you can tell. And certainly if you float some balloons and see if he reacts to them, you'll know even more clearly. But I wouldn't get too aggressive about this.
Eric?
Yeah.
He has a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if this is going to work.
So I should just not...
I would keep it to myself. He has a girlfriend. He works at a plumbing supply place. Unless you see him spending too much time in the tanning bed and hanging out at the potpourri basket, I would just let this one go. Stacy?
Yeah.
You're on Loveline.
Hi, Drew. Hi, Adam. Hi. My friend.
Hi, Cass from Above and Beyond. Space, that is.
I had a question, or not a question, a comment about the molested girl, called a couple minutes ago.
Right.
I went through the same thing for most of my life, and I went through a couple years of therapy also.
Different deal, though. You went through it through most of your life.
Yeah.
How old were you when it started?
Actually, I don't remember. About 10, 11.
Maybe even younger, huh?
Yeah, probably younger.
Okay,
but
that's
when I remember.
That's a different deal.
Yeah.
It's a different phenomenon. And did you actually have sexual intercourse with the guy?
No, no, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, all right.
But my comment was about the forgiving him. I agree with part of what Adam said, but my molester wrote a letter asking for forgiveness about a year after it happened.
Was he in jail at that time?
No, he was in house arrest.
He was what? House arrest?
Yeah.
With the collar?
Probably wrote the letter because that was something his attorney wanted him to do.
Yes, his parole officer
Right.
was probably poking him with a stick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You never know.
But anyways, I wrote back, and basically my counselor agreed with me, but I didn't forgive him. The only thing I forgave him for, and I think maybe this would be helpful, is for him being screwed up in the head himself, like you said.
Right. And that's a great point. That people, and Adam, I think you'll agree with this too, that you can forgive people for being pathetic and for being in pain themselves, but we live in a time when people are excused for their actions because of that, and you cannot excuse that anymore. You're looking confused.
Well, you just banged on the console and I got some feedback.
I'm sorry.
You're
but
overzealous.
I thought there was
relax.
something important to say, that people can no longer be forgiven for actions that are heinous because they're pathetic and in pain themselves. They need to be able to
be responsible.
To be somewhat responsible.
You don't want to separate the act from the individual.
Right.
It's like all these people that are having a candlelight vigil for what's-his-nose that gets his lethal injection.
Right.
I mean, I could and I know this is the oldest argument in the world, but I mean, could you imagine if that was your son, your 14-year-old son that was thrown in some van, horribly molested and sodomized and beaten and then killed? Would you be out there with a candle? You know what I'm saying? I'd scale the wall with a knife that I made out of a sprinkler key and go after this guy. Right. We're getting all kinds of topics. You guys join in.
No,
you have opinions?
I thought we were just supposed to listen.
No, are you kidding?
Oh.
We have you on this show so you get involved with the mix.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, what do you think?
I think it's important to. I think it's important to.
Kristen, they can't hear you back there.
Oh, yeah, moving
right
a little
mic.
closer to the mic.
Oh, sorry. I think it's really important for the girls to go through their own personal experience, and the guy is sick, and it's not really important that he get forgiveness, because I think that he's beyond forgiveness. If he's beyond rationalizing his actions, then he's beyond forgiveness. And what's more important is that they get help for the way that they're feeling.
Right. Did you forgive your agent for putting you in cage fear?
No, but it's not important. They're sick, and I understand that.
Loveline will be right back.
Let me give the phone numbers out real fast. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Don't monkey with that, Rodney. Fax number 310-854-4455. The man who's never been in a studio before, Rodney Rowland, and his cohort, Kristen Cloke from Space, Above and Beyond. We've been talking about the show. It's on Fox. It's on Sunday nights. 7 o'clock. Although, was it on tonight?
No, it wasn't. There was Goosebumps on tonight.
Yeah.
What are they thinking?
What's that?
I don't.
We were watching, hoping to watch your show, and it was something else.
No, I know there was something else on. I don't know why.
Drew pitched a fit. He put his foot through the screen of the Sony
Sure
like
did.
Elvis
Didn't
did.
they send you videotapes?
No.
Oh God.
No, but I want to talk. I got some questions for Rodney before we go back to the phone calls here, because as it turns out, he's the son of a preacher man. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Man, that's its own whole world. Let me tell you. Yeah, preacher.
So your dad is a minister?
He's a minister. He's also a professor of theology. I mean, he's
Where?
just Pepperdine University.
So he's into. Oh, they got a great church up there.
It's all church. I mean.
Yeah, but their cathedral there is great. Good view. You been up there? I'm an atheist, but I go up there just to to hang out. Yeah.
The huge 20-story cross.
Yeah, that's a little intimidating for the atheists.
Yeah. It's for the people across country. It's on a cliff in Malibu, basically, right?
Yeah. You could find God up there. I mean, you see some of these churches that were built in the 60s or in Burbank. They got like aluminum sliding cross in the front. They're made out of stucco, and they look like crap. God does not reside there. But at the place in Pepperdine, I'm thinking God may hang a little there.
Yeah, he hangs out.
And now, so your dad, a very spiritual guy, obviously. Did he push this on you coming up?
But you are the son, and you are the children of the preacher. You have to be perfect. There is no cussing or sex. I mean, you are.
How many kids were there?
I have 3 other brothers and sisters.
Right.
I mean, they're incredible people. They're just very intense, very committed to their life.
You're talking about
My family,
your
yeah.
family. All right,
That's how I grew up.
But I'm going to take a guess here. One of you snapped and went to Devil's Roof. Am I right?
17 snapped.
17.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
See, it's very repressed. For me, my brothers and sisters, they all pulled it off, but I was the youngest.
Right.
I had to live it all out for everybody else.
You went wacko when you were like 16. Yeah.
16, started brewing. 17, it hit. The bomb went off.
Right. Beer bongs and cheerleaders, stealing cars.
I lived my whole life basically without. I mean, till I was about 16. I didn't swear.
Right.
Party. I mean,
See, Adam has a theory.
I do have a theory.
And you're playing out his theory for him.
You certainly are.
Which is if you over repress a child, that they will compensate in some way.
They have to.
Yeah, by
Life
acting
demands
out.
balance. It
By
does.
acting out in a contrary fashion.
Right. You cannot bend somebody into a shape that they wouldn't normally go into.
Right.
You can for a while, but then they spring back and it turns into the shape of like a pimp now or a drug dealer or something. I mean, they go even further than maybe they would have went down the Devil's Road.
You love the what, you?
No, not me.
Preacher kid?
Absolutely not.
PK?
I went there ananyway, but that was just my own idea. I wasn't rebelling against
exactly
anything.
Right.
But you
exactly
rebelled.
Right. Yeah.
Did you get into trouble?
So much trouble.
Would you get arrested?
Just you go through your whole drug phase. Just the parents, they crush them.
Yeah, so the parents, Dad must have just
so many different phases,
Oh, what would the people to perish say?
And we had like the ideal Christian family. My brothers and sisters were all very attractive, and I'm talking perfect.
Right, and they stayed the
upon
course.
Marriage, they held out.
Oh, really?
It's that.
Wow.
We were
So,
kind of freaks and
all right, is everyone forgiving you now?
Well, now that I got a series, yeah.
So
they still kind of look at me with that. Really quit smoking finally, but
Yeah, you're still kind of Damien.
I'm on TV, and it's a 7:00 show, so I'm not swearing too much.
Right.
They'll count the swear words. I go and see my nieces, and they're like, "You swear 4 times."
Well, thank God you're not married with children or something like that. I don't think they'd forgive you with that. All right, so you're back, though, and you're in the good graces of God and Pops. Adam.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, you're on Loveline.
All right, hey. Hey, is Anne the producer there?
Yes, she is.
Okay, hi, I'm the producer. Okay, I have a question that me and my friends have been asking each other for a while. We can't get a girl to actually answer.
Oh, I think maybe he wants Ann to answer this.
I think, although Kristen could jump in on this one, too.
We finally have a female here,
all right,
so
now
there
the guys,
you go.
maybe we should just leave the studio.
No, it's
No, all right.
You want to go get a beer or something? Go ahead, Adam.
All right, okay. So when I'm having sex, okay, if I'm like on the bottom and my girlfriend's on top, okay, one thing that my ex did a lot was whenever I announced I was coming, she would stop, and she always said that it was her instinct to let me come, okay, which of course just ruins the whole orgasm, right? Right? Yeah. But what are you supposed to do when a woman comes, okay? Because she's convulsing, I mean, if I keep thrusting, is that gonna pull? Is that gonna hurt? I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Ladies, Kristen?
Yeah.
Kristen, get up on that mic and earn the money we're not paying you.
I would have to say that, do unto others as you would have others do to you.
Wow. What the heck does that mean?
That means go. I mean, she wants you to do, it's really kind of, from what I understand, an inverted sort of thing that you have. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's, for the most part, a lot of what feels good to you feels good to the woman. And so you would keep going in that.
Wait,
okay, but if it's convulsing, is it gonna like pull on it or something?
No, yeah. See, a lot of women when they have an orgasm, so I hear. I've never actually been there, but
it pulses, but it doesn't convulse. It doesn't. Nothing's gonna happen to her, and she'll, and also, a really good thing would probably be to ask her what she likes.
Right. But do it over dinner, not right there. She won't be able to talk.
And probably every time it's different.
Girls are different. With my experience, some girls, they want you to keep going. Others, it's stop,
And probably every time you do it, it will be different. You know what I mean? Like,
but you get certain patterns with certain women.
You can open it up to her and say, make sure that you, if you want me to go faster or slower or stop or go, because everybody's body is different. Your body is different than your friend's body, and her body is different than your last girlfriend's body. So you have to ask her what she likes.
But I think most men can agree on the keep on going thing.
Yeah.
Adam, if she's going to stop each time you announce you're coming, I would stop announcing that.
Well, it's also if she notices I'm coming, she sort of does that. I've noticed that I really can't train a woman what to do during sex.
You got to yank the leash real hard. You can't train a woman what to do. Don't approach it from that stance. Talk to her, explain to her what you like, have her explain to you what she likes, and then attempt to achieve that within the confines of your own bedroom. Because it is true. I mean, women react different. A lot of women, when they have an orgasm, act like they took a bullet or something, and you don't know what to do. They're like, ow! They like start convulsing and squirming and stuff.
I've had guys tell me that they would never know when a woman was having an orgasm because she doesn't say anything. And then other guys will say they've had girlfriends that, I have a lot of guy friends, so, I've heard a lot about this. And, they'll say that girls, some of them will whoop and holler. But I think it's really the most important thing is to be able to talk about it in a way that she doesn't feel like you're alienating her, so that you put it in a way that that she's giving you more pleasure by doing A as opposed to B, as opposed to, kind of punishing her for doing it wrong.
Try not to use the word train so much when you're talking about sex. Matt?
Yeah.
You're on Loveline.
I have two questions. One's for Rodney. Are you the in vitro guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you in the movie Carrie?
No.
The what guy?
In vitro?
He's
It's part of the TV show. Well, anyway, I have a question for
This
Dr.
means
Drew.
in a test tube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
he was
my character's
gestated.
a test
Oh,
tube
Drew's
baby.
nipples got hard because he thought
No,
it had
you might be
something to
talking
do with
about.
the
I think you're
pregnancy.
talking about McQueen. You're talking about McQueen, the gray-haired guy.
No, there's the kid in Carrie who was on the bicycle at the very beginning of the movie.
Oh no,
Looks
that's
kind of like you.
no, it's not me.
Okay. Well, anyway, Dr. Drew, I had a friend who came up for the weekend, and she had a lot of pain in her stomach.
Uh-huh.
And I'm in chiropractic school, and so I did some static palpation.
Mm-hmm.
And just from the symptoms, I thought it might be pancreatitis, but I don't have that much information on it.
Mm-hmm. What would her risk factors be for pancreatitis? Pancreatitis is a severe illness. I mean, people go into shock. And I mean, you can have some mild forms of pancreatitis that can be caused by gallstones intermittently basically obstructing the pancreatic ducts. You can have viral pancreatitis. You can have pancreatitis caused by medication, even birth control pills, but it'd be very unusual. People that have abdominal pain typically have abdominal pain because of irritable bowel, diarrhea, this sort of thing. The pain from pancreatitis is usually devastating, associated with terrible vomiting and shock. And this doesn't sound like that. And it can be a life-threatening problem. So alcoholic pancreatitis, for instance, can be just absolutely devastating.
All right, Matt.
Alrighty.
Good luck to you. And Rodney Rowland from Space Above and Beyond, let's get back to you for a second. You were a Calvin Klein model at some point in your career?
Yeah, way back there. Actually, I did Calvin Klein with Billy Baldwin. Oh, he's probably gonna kill me for saying that.
Oh, really? Like kind of like a little gay layout or something?
Well,
No?
no, I think I did. No. Yeah, all sitting in a Porsche trying to be cool guys and some. Yeah.
In your underwear?
No, fully jean.
It's 'cause hard to look cool when you're sitting in a Porsche with another guy in your underwear.
No, Bruce Weber shoots it, so they definitely put their own theme to it.
Oh, so you're in the Calvin Klein jeans.
Yeah.
How do they see your ass when you're sitting in a Porsche?
It wasn't about the ass on that one.
Really? What the hell are they thinking about? I mean, you know what? I don't like this new lifestyle stuff. It was one of these things where you wear the jeans and you have this kind of life. Is that kind of thing? I mean, meaning as opposed to just showing a close-up of your ass.
Mine was years ago.
Yeah. You didn't do any underwear stuff?
No.
No.
Actually, I did a group shot.
You
but
did?
don't see it.
Group
You can't just,
underwear
this is my
shot?
body. Yeah, no, I mean, the shootings were pretty crazy. You just would get a bunch of models and you get everybody.
Everyone down to their skivvies?
Yeah, and kind of give everybody some wine. Everybody's very young.
Everyone a little wine, huh? Did you get a feel maybe he was enjoying?
Throw everybody in a pool and just start shooting.
Let me ask you a serious question. Was there film in the camera?
Yeah.
No,
Sure.
there was not. It was just a pool party. He didn't ask you guys if you wanted to get high, did he?
No, nothing like that. Just, yeah.
So a bunch of kids in their panties. Did you see this Calvin Klein? Wasn't it Calvin Klein that had that ad, that pedophile ad?
Yeah, right.
Where it looked like some pedophile had lured some teenagers down to his basement and put them up on this makeshift stage and was asking him questions like, hey, it looks like you work out. Did you guys see
but that's
those?
recent. The one I did.
That wasn't you?
Years.
You weren't the voice of
I
that?
did like 7 years ago.
Okay,
If you
because that was...
remember when I was a kid,
Brooke Shields.
And
Well, that was fine.
But it wasn't fine at the time. There was huge.
It was scandalous.
It's a huge scandal. I mean, the guy's not stupid. He knows exactly what he's doing. You create a scandal. It sells jeans better than the commercial.
So you get your name in the paper one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, nothing becomes between me and my Calvins.
Right.
From Brooke Shields at 14 was huge. That was like, that was pedophilia at its finest at the time.
That's fine. That's when pedophilia was pedophilia.
You're right.
We'll be back after this. Let me give the phone numbers out. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. He's Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. We have Kristen Cloke and Rodney Rowland from Space Above and Beyond, the Hit Fox series. I'm labeling it a hit, by the way.
It's a hit.
Yeah, it's a hit. Sure.
It is.
No, it is. I'm saying it's a hit, so it's a hit, and we're going back to the phones. Bobby. Bob. All right, screw him. Let's talk to you guys for just a second. You grew up in Van Nuys, did you, Kristen?
I was born in Van Nuys. I grew up first half of my life in Reseda. My parents were divorced, so my dad lived in Santa Monica, my mom, and stepdad lived.
How old were you when they got divorced?
Before my first birthday.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Did it make any weird impact on you? It's the only thing you ever knew.
I think it's always hard for kids to go through divorce, and I fortunately had both my parents really, really loved me. They're really great people. They're very good friends of mine. They were very young. I think we all kind of grew up together in a way, and I think that if you have parents that love you, it gives you the impetus to go out and receive help in a way for whatever you didn't get or whatever trauma you go through. I think that that therapy is a sign of good parenting. So.
And we'll be back in 10. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. We're here with Kristen Cloke and Rodney Rowland from Space Above and Beyond. This is Loveline. The reason we call this Loveline is because you call in and we answer your problems. And Drew, you tell me what call you want next. All right, forget you. Sean.
Hey.
You're on Loveline.
What's up? Kristen, Rodney, Adam, and Dr. Drew.
Wow.
Wow, John, that's great.
Taking notes.
Yep.
What's up, John?
I went to the President's concert Friday night.
President of the United States of America?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great group.
Mm-hmm.
And I met this really great girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a problem. She's 22 and I'm 15.
She was fooled by your bad teenage mustache?
Well, I look like I'm at least 19.
Oh, really?
Everyone says that. So it's not just one person.
And you didn't discuss your age.
Well, she found out eventually. But
You told her?
yeah.
Okay. When you asked her to borrow her ID to get some beer?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Kind of.
See, I know what the teenagers of America are doing. And John.
Yeah.
Does she like you?
Well, a guy that was there with us that knows her said she did. I think.
John, don't.
No.
He's 19.
No.
Yeah?
She's what?
He's 19.
He's 19. I mean, what state are you calling from?
From what?
You calling from California?
Yeah.
As I understand it, it's still a problem.
Oh, they're laws?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one's going to prosecute her, are they?
I don't know.
Do you think that she'll just cut everything off just because I'm 15?
Probably. I mean, women don't want to go. A 22-year-old woman does not want to go out with a 15-year-old boy. Kristen, you're nodding your head no, right? You wouldn't. How old are you, Kristen, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 27.
27. You wouldn't go out with, let's say, a 19-year-old, would you?
No, I mean, I've had enough time with guys my own age.
Right. I mean, yeah.
But that's not to say that you're probably not a great guy. It's just that I think that, that 7 years really has a huge impact.
Right, people are in different places in their life.
Well, it's not even different. You're just a different. I mean, I'm a different person than I was 7 years ago.
Right.
I mean, just a completely.
Yeah, but just because you matured over that time doesn't mean somebody else necessarily did. They may be stuck back. But be as it may, the expectations of what relationships are and what they're going to do, how they're going to go.
And the expectations of you at 22 as opposed to you at 15 are much different.
Plus, she could think you're just using her and her car to help complete your paper route or something like that.
No, I doubt it. It was a great way that we met.
All right. Well, I don't know. Did you get her phone number?
Yeah.
All right. Call her up and try to sound real mature. I don't know what else.
Great advice, Adam. Great
Well,
advice.
what else? I don't know what else to say to this guy.
Go out with other 15-year-olds.
Okay, there you go. Julie.
Yes.
You're on Loveline.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Turn your radio off.
Okay.
Oh, man. They just don't get it.
Okay.
Yes, Julie.
Yeah, I'm just having a problem with my kids really dealing with the problem with me being gay and bringing different women and stuff like that home.
How old are the kids?
13 and 11.
Uh-huh. And how old are you?
I'm 32.
Uh-huh. And do you... Here's something interesting. I just kind of popped in my head. But kids sort of pick up the feelings of their parents, meaning... I think if you feel, like you said, the problem of me being gay, and I know what you meant, but what I mean is the kids think that you look at it as a problem or that you've labeled it as a problem, then they're bound to sort of follow and look at it as a problem, too. I mean, I know it's tough, and I know the kids may get teased if they talked about it at school or something like that, and I realize that that's the type of environment they're in and that's the time we're in. But I'm saying... I wouldn't label it as a problem to them. I don't know if you do or not.
No, I don't. I try not to. You know.
How is it they react?
Oh, they just don't like it. They don't think it's right.
What do they say?
Why does only sometimes just girls come over and not boys?
Do we have to watch golf again?
Yeah.
Now, what do they say?
They just don't like having to go in their room and.
See, I on the other hand, am picking up more on the fact that your relationships.
No.
What? Not in front of them. What?
No, but they just wonder why not very many men come over.
And what do you tell them?
I just, don't have that many men friends. Too many problems.
What do you tell them?
What?
Your kids. They can understand these things. What do you tell them?
Well, that's just the way I am.
Do they know you're lesbian?
Yes.
Okay. So they understand that?
Somewhat.
You see,
well, I think you have to be clear with them because I think they'll know at that age.
I suggest that you consider getting in touch with gay and lesbian support group in your area.
Okay.
There are lots of people that get to go through this, and people can give you some advice and some support for how you can approach your kids in a more nurturing manner and a more clear manner and get them to understand who you are, what this is, how they can feel more comfortable with it. And then I get the sense that your relationships intrude into their life. Like there's a lot of chaos and stuff. They have to go to their rooms. I mean, you need to be much more
discreet.
Well, just discriminating. Really, you got to be more careful, more caring about your kids' needs and what their boundaries in their home and their relationship with you, and keep your personal life from infringing upon them and causing them to experience any emotional chaos.
And kids are always a little, the parents get divorced.
Yeah, I think it's hard to see your parents date.
You see it in your parents date. Right.
Oh, yes. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe you and Adam could share some stories because Adam's got great.
Yeah,
Adam will make you feel good.
I don't think it matters who your parents are dating, whether it's someone of the same sex or the opposite sex. I think it's still
weird.
hard to see
But
them.
you don't want to, if people are having a lot of different relationships and a lot
Right,
of
I think
chaos
that's
in their own,
hard.
the kids shouldn't be involved with all that at all. They
Yeah,
should
I
be
think
kept
it's
away
hard.
from them. And that's basically what when you relate your stories about Matt about what it was like when you were growing up. That's basically what you're saying. Is it upset you to
Right.
see Zarmak or whatever his name was come around?
Zorback. He wasn't a magician. He was a Hesher. There's a difference, Drew. Zarmak. Zarmak the Incredible. Yes, watch me make pot appear from my Boda bag. That didn't make sense. Mark.
Yeah.
You're on Loveline. Hey.
What's up?
What do you got to say?
What I got to say, well, the first thing is that lady that just called, she's having a problem with her children accepting her being gay because she's bringing a different woman home all the time. Well, that's the problem. If you got children, you don't want to bring a different person home every night for your children to meet or see you with.
That's what we just said, basically, that you don't want to.
Exactly. And I'm glad you did. That was one of the things.
It's not the gayness, it's the way she's involving her children in her relationships.
Exactly. And, my point was, I'm a gay man. I'm 32, 33 next month. I've been with my partner for 13 years. This is our 13th year. We're planning to stay together. He's 30. And we have a 4-year-old son that we're raising together.
Where'd you get the son? Where'd you get the kid?
We had a surrogate, actually.
Oh, really?
Did you mix both your sperm together and that sort of thing?
Yeah, we didn't know who.
So they mixed their sperm and then.
Bob, get the Cuisinart. I got an idea.
We didn't mix it, but we both donated to see, and then they randomly drew one.
Right.
Oh, can you mix them?
You can do. Sometimes they do that. They'll mix men with low sperm count. They mix their sperm with donor sperm.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I got a program going on like that in my hamper right now. I'm not sure, but I think one of my roommates' tube socks may have gotten in there and made some sort of sperm compote. Mark?
Uh-huh. The other thing is your guest. I watch that show every Sunday.
You do?
Yay, thank you.
It's great.
Thanks.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm hoping Morgan Weiser would be on here tonight, but...
Well,
well, Morgan.
What do you think? What do you think of Rodney?
Well, you know what? I'm getting to like him more
Uh-huh.
than Morgan now.
Uh-huh.
Just because he seems tougher.
Yeah, don't mess with Rodney.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another one of my points, Adam.
Yes.
Your little
squeegee.
Your gay rating system or whatever.
Yes, let me get the chart. Okay.
All right. I don't have a squeegee, or we don't have a squeegee in our bathroom.
Really?
We're not neat freaks. We're lucky if we clean our house up when my mother-in-law is coming over.
Your mother-in-law's coming over. This is a sitcom. Now, wait a minute. They mixed up a batch of sperm. They got a 4-year-old.
Uh-huh.
There's 2 guys living together. You have your mother-in-law coming over.
Yeah, well, you know what? She's just last year she began signing her postcards from her vacations to us. Well, she mailed them one to my partner, of course, and then she mailed me mine, and she started signing hers mom to me.
Really?
It's never come out openly to them, but his sister refers to me as her brother-in-law, and she tells me, "This is your beautiful sister-in-law calling."
Do you live in a state where
We're in California.
Yeah.
So you get the feeling the cat's out of the bag.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, after 12 years of saying your roommate, and
Right.
you know,
You guys are both making $80,000 a year
well, he's
and
making
living together in a
about
one-bedroom.
80, I'm making about 50.
All right, right. But too much to be living together without love.
Right.
And a child.
And a child.
Oh, by the way.
Wow. What? And what? All right. So were there legal problems with you getting this child?
None whatsoever.
How much did you have to pay the surrogate?
Oh, quite a bit. Well, we paid her $50,000.
Wow.
Woo. We had everything drawn up legally.
Wow.
50.
We went to. I'm American Indian, and he's Mexican American. We went to my reservation in Nebraska, and spoke with some of the Indian women back there. And
Oh, you could have got an Indian woman cheaper than $50,000.
but we didn't want to. My point is, like my dad said, if you got the money, use it.
Wow.
So you went to the reservation.
Uh-huh.
You went right into the casino.
We have a casino which we get a percentage of. When?
You found a suitable donor who was an American Indian.
Uh-huh.
What tribe was she?
Now, I don't want any jokes, Adam.
I'm curious.
Winnebago. Now, before you say anything, where do you think they got the name? They didn't just make that name up for the RV out of nowhere.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. So
That's where it came from.
she wasn't from the U-Haul tribe then?
No.
Okay.
I knew there was one.
All right, so you got the Winnebago. I'm guessing a big gal. And you fed her the sperm, not right there, but you made a deal. You paid her $50K. You have the kid. The kid is 4 now, and you're doing a wonderful job raising him.
Exactly.
And Mark, you said Adam straight about kids running around with their clothes on when they're 2 and 3.
Excuse me?
You said Adam straight about kids running around with their clothes off when they're 3 years old.
Your kids, you put a loincloth or something on the kid, right? He's not running around naked.
Well, as soon as he gets home, he strips to his underwear.
Yeah, see?
Well, I do the same thing.
He's got 2 men living in the house, and that's all he knows.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Mark.
Hey, I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Wow.
Interesting.
That
really
was-
interesting.
I didn't know. I don't know. Somehow I thought that the law would get involved with something like this. They don't? I mean, I'm not saying they
I don't know.
should.
I don't know.
But you can just go hire somebody and impregnate them and keep the kid and everything. There's no
I don't
Uncle
know.
Sam doesn't.
I don't know.
Well, if anyone knows about that. Any kids between you, Kristen and Rodney? I mean, not between you, but do you have married family?
No.
Anything?
No.
Kristen, how much do you carry my seed?
How much?
Yeah, seriously.
A little more than 50,000.
More than 50?
A little more than.
Come on.
A lot
50?
more. No, a lot more. A lot more.
Drew, don't go there.
A lot
Drew,
more.
you'd carry it in your ass for 10 grand. What are you talking about? Come on.
You are sick. You are a sick guy. You'd say anything to anybody, wouldn't
I
you?
certainly would, especially you. Kevin.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Kevin, how much you figure Drew would want to carry my seed?
Hey, look, if anybody's thinking about it, remember what the cure is. Just spend 5 minutes in my house.
Oh, that's true.
Not that it's...
Lord knows what our offspring would come out like anyway. All right, what's your question, Kevin?
I had a question about getting body piercing done.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know what could happen if I got my penis pierced.
That would be one side effect.
It is amazing to me how few complications there are from this. I have to tell you, though, now that it's so widespread, I'm beginning to see more and more problems, particularly with tongue and bizarre, peculiar piercings in funny places.
People putting bones through their throat,
yeah, the throat
and stuff like that.
Eyebrow and things. When they reject, they can sometimes get infected. The penis certainly is something I really worry about. I mean, you can cause bleeding, get infection. Any of these have that potential. So I don't know what to tell you, what the actual probability is. It's so separate from the mainstream medical system that there's not a lot of good data out there yet. I'm sure it will be forthcoming now that there is so much being done.
Rodney Rowland from Space Above and Beyond, would you ever get your penis pierced?
Mm-mm.
No?
No, I have no desire for piercing. I have no pierce anywhere in my body.
No, but not even in your penis?
No.
Not even if Alec Baldwin did it? I shouldn't work the gay issue anymore, should I?
No, man.
Yeah, because, I mean, it hurt. As a guy, you know, when you get your penis caught in your zipper, it is traumatizing. Yes, there's more pain than even that suggests. And to have a guy, and there's no anesthetic, by the way, with this procedure.
Right.
They
take a spear and they just shove it
People
through.
who do it like it.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah, I have a friend who has it done, loves it.
You ever been with a man with a
No.
hoop?
No.
Down there?
No.
Really? Seriously? Because I know you run with a pretty fast crowd, and that's the whole Hollywood
yes,
thing.
Yes, they're so fast they don't have time for piercing.
And my
Run right past the piercing shop.
and my experience, people that do these kind of aggressive piercings typically were abused in some fashion when they were kids. It's not 100%, but for the most part, that's been my experience.
Well, anytime you want to
Mutilate.
and that is, I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like Pops Carolla or Squareville Adam here, but when you're going to take a spear and pierce your penis, I don't know. There's a psychological implication of that, and I haven't quite figured it out, but it's not a good one. Matt,
Yeah.
you're on Loveline.
Hey, what's up, Kristen, Rodney, Adam, and Drew?
Hey, man.
Hey.
I want to say one thing before I address my question. Your guys' show, Space Above Beyond, rocks. Best show on
Thank you.
television.
Awesome.
Okay, guys.
That's two so far.
I know.
Go ahead, Matt.
I know this girl. I've known her forever. We grew up together, and recently I got divorced about a year ago. I'm 23. She's 24, and she's been, like, coming on to me. And I'm interested in her, but I don't want to ruin the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys
Kristen, what do you think?
I think you should date her.
date her?
Yeah, I mean, if she's your friend, you know, you can ask her if she's interested in going on, you know, taking your friendship to a different level, you know. But I think that you have to give her the option and let her know that, you know, you enjoy her friendship and it's, you know, leading you to have romantic.
Are you physically attracted to her?
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah?
Yeah, not just yeah, but hell yeah.
Well,
Hell
ask her if she
yeah.
wants to go on a date with you.
Yeah.
You know, if you
What are you,
if you pick
sadist?
her up
Go out
and
with her.
Take her out to a restaurant and treat her like a woman as opposed
Well, I just didn't want to kill the friendship. I mean, we have a great friendship.
What do you feel from her?
Well, it's obvious. I mean, she obviously.
Well, you know, I think if there's an attraction there and it's too it's too big, I think that, you know, you'll either have to address it or it will come out.
Right. In other words, not doing it, not taking it to the next level could also affect the friendship because she could feel rejected and there could be a lot of tension between you. I mean, it seems like the feelings are already there and they need to be explored. Now, indeed, your friendship may not survive this. If the relationship doesn't go on, it's very hard to go back down to being friends again. But it sounds like the feelings are already there such that more than friendship is inevitable.
And a lot of guys become really angry, you know, if they're friends with you and you don't reciprocate.
That's not him, though.
Wait a minute. A lot of guys become angry if you're friends.
Yeah, like if you're friends and you guys have a friendship and, you know, he wants to have more than a friendship and she doesn't. Like, I've had guys get really angry.
Oh, and then they get like they start
mad
and then
if
they
you
start
don't
bragging
wanna be-
about other girls they've gone out with and
Or
stuff,
they
trying to
get-
like
or they
save
just
some
get-
face.
They have a hard time continuing the friendship because they're attracted to you and they want to be more than just your friend, and the friendship die. My point is that the friendship will die anyway if you don't address it.
Right.
You know, because someone will be upset.
And they get weird and then come over and they're drunk and they try to break into your house.
Yeah.
You know, I've never done that.
I can tell.
I certainly haven't,
can
but
tell.
I know Rodney has with his skeletons and his past. Son of a preacher. See, my theory confirmed.
It is. Yeah.
Try to force too much on someone, they snap and go the wrong way. They become homicidal maniacs on the run from the law. You know, 1 minute they're reading the Bible, the next minute they're sitting in a Porsche with one of the Baldwin brothers and nothing but a pair of skivvies. Well, that's how you described it anyway.
on.
Oh, okay, just the jeans on. All right, well, we have to say bye to you guys because it is 9. Oh, it's 9:20. I flashed my head that it was 11:20.
Right.
And we have to go to break. But I want to thank Kristen Cloke and Rodney Rowland from Space Above and Beyond. I think we're going to get people to go out and watch this show.
I hope so. It's a good show. You won't be disappointed.
All right. And you want to give some sort of mailing address that if they get pissed off and it was a big waste of time that they can write you at?
the address. You can email us at you can post on the Space Above and Beyond page on your America Online.
Okay, so give it a try, and if you have a problem, or if you love the show, or you just want to see everyone in tighter outfits, email them.
Hello, this is Justine and Donna from Elastica, and you're listening to Loveline.
Yeah, let me give the phone number out, 1-800-LOVE-191, and the fax number, 310-854-4455. This is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew, and you are Scott. Scott, you're on Loveline.
Hey, thanks. Hey, guys. Oh, my God. Let's see here. Oh, I guess you guys know that I saw my friend's mom naked, right?
We do now.
Okay, and, well, not like, well, you're like your answering lady, you know, the lady that picks up the phones and stuff.
Sherry?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, the answering lady.
Sorry. She goes, like that, but it's not it's like, oh my God, because she's like totally like good looking all the way, right?
Scott?
And that's the problem. I can't like look at her now.
Scott?
I have to go over to her house.
Scott?
Yeah.
You stoned?
No.
Smoke a little pot?
No, I don't pick up on that.
You're
No,
not
no,
getting
no.
a pot thing? Scott, you do smoke a little reefer, don't you?
No.
No, I don't get the pot thing.
You're not
at
getting
all.
a pot thing?
No.
I can smell
I'm
it.
getting a freaked out 17-year-old.
Getting freaked out.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
maybe guys who get stoned a lot sound like freaked out
They do.
17-year-olds.
They do.
All right.
They
Drew
do.
knows.
Yeah, in what circumstance did you see her naked? I mean, you were
Oh.
peering through a telescope or something? What happened?
No, I walked right into the room. She was getting out the shower. She was like walking past her bed, like the shower is like.
Does she know you saw her?
Yeah, and I like.
Did she try to?
Yeah, she did.
What? Try to what?
She tried to cover up really quick.
Right, but did she try to make you feel more comfortable after you guys had a chance to talk later?
No.
You just haven't seen her since, and that's all there is to it.
I think like a couple of times. It was like I was like just like stopping by before school.
So she looked real good.
Yeah.
But you got to realize, Scott, you're 17.
Yep.
You know, if a naked armadillo walked through there, that is right. You would be aroused.
Yeah.
You know, Scott?
Yeah.
But if her grandmother, your friend's grandma, great grandma, walk nude and just using just the walker, that would be the only apparel, Scott would be excited.
No, Scott.
Dragging an IV bag and an enema bag and a colostomy bag, you would still be excited, wouldn't you, Scott? Because it was a nude woman in real life.
No.
Okay. Scott.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Oh, I can't like.
He can't go to see his friend anymore. He can't.
Why not?
He freaks out.
No, I talk to him at school and stuff like that, but
He can't go to his friend's house anymore. It's too intimidating to him. It overcomes him. Scott,
I used to, like before that, you know.
If she doesn't care, you shouldn't care.
Scott, here's the deal. Go back to going at your friend's house. Sit through some of that discomfort. Don't worry about how she's going to react or that somebody's going to see this discomfort you have. It is something that will kind of wear off with time, and nothing will come of it. Go back to your friend's house.
Go back to the house.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I went back to you. Are you listening, Scott?
Yeah.
Good.
Now, good night.
I try to make it seem like I do things on purpose. Sarah.
Hi.
How you're on Loveline?
Hey, Adam. Dr. Drew.
Sarah, what's up?
I need to know, like, who I should go to on this. I recently, like a couple days ago, found out that I've got two best friends, and one of my friend's parents is divorced, and she lives with her father, and my other friend just slept with her father.
With divorced dad.
Yeah.
How old is your other friend?
16.
No.
How old's divorced dad?
Like late 30s, and I mean, I've got to tell somebody, but I don't, because if I know if I tell my one friend's parents, I know her father too well. He'd be toting a shotgun over there. I just.
You need to tell some adults.
I know, but I just want to know, like, who, because, I mean, I don't know if my parents would go directly to her parents, because I just need to find somebody to help her right now.
That is correct.
I'm
That is the bottom line.
Are they having a relationship, or is it just a one-time
She
thing?
says, apparently, she says he loves her and all that, but I mean, I don't know if he's going through some kind of life crisis, but I mean, this is sick.
Correct. That is correct. Sarah, your instincts are right on. I understand you want to not have an overreaction to this and disrupt some of the other relationships that are not sick.
Yeah.
But you need to select somebody to tell this to. It sounds like your parents might be the best choice.
What did your friend say? The friend that slept with the guy.
She just told me that they've been seeing each other for like a little over a month now, and that he really does love her.
And remember,
she loves him.
It needs to be all confirmed, right? And then people are going to have to prove that this is actually what's going on. But you need to tell somebody's parents.
What about? Oh, geez, your friend is going to get pissed at you. But I mean, I'm trying to do this in the least painful manner possible, and not to involve. I mean, I don't know. Do you have to involve the authorities? There's a crime has been committed, and he should be stopped before he screws again, kind of thing, or can they just end it?
I want you to think about our 18-year-old buddy that called the other day, or 19-year-old.
19.
Spent a year in jail because when he was 18, dated a 16-year-old.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's how serious.
Well, I mean, it's serious in the eyes of the law, but what I'm saying from a moral standpoint, and Drew, let me ask you: would you be satisfied if Sarah said to her friend, "Listen, you continue this, and I'm going to notify the authorities," and her friend stopped it? Would that be enough for you from a moral standpoint, or would you want to see this guy punished?
There's something wrong with this guy.
For you.
I just want to see. I mean, I want to make sure that she's okay. I mean, she's always had like really low self-esteem and stuff, but I
Right.
never had thought anything.
See, here's the deal. She's a great victim, and he's going to go out and victimize again.
All right, so this guy is like a hawk that's circling.
Yeah.
And you know how they work is the hawk has great eyesight, great instincts, great hearing, and it circles. I actually don't know if that hawk has good hearing or not, but I'm pretty sure they see pretty good. Yeah. And they circle around, and you know what they look for? They look for the weak. See? That's how nature works. They pick off the disease. Now, I'm not saying your friend has a disease, but what I'm saying is that she's vulnerable. And he sees her, and he spots her with his hawk eye, and he swoops down with his talons open, and he plucks her from the earth. And then he carries her off to his little bachelor nest, and he has his way with her. I don't know if he chews up the food and spits it in her mouth with her ear. I don't know if they take it that far. But what I'm saying is it's the same thing. They look for the weak. And in this case, it's not the physically weak like it is in nature, but it's the spiritually weak. Did something happen to your friend that made her so vulnerable, or made?
We've been like best. Like the three of us have been best friends since like third grade, and we've basically told each other everything that's happened, and even that issue has come up. And as far as I know, unless she's been like keeping something from us all these years, nothing like any abuse has ever happened. She's just always had like real low self-esteem.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean.
Is she unattractive?
Oh, she's really pretty. It's just she doesn't see herself that way. Just because like some of the guys, guys at our age are jerks.
All right, so she found a guy who's going to pay some attention to her,
Exactly.
and she must be on cloud 9 with this guy. Plus, the guy drives and has a whole closet full of turtleneck sweaters and medallions and probably cable television and God knows what else. Those corduroy sport jackets with the leather elbow patches. So this guy's got it all for her.
Jack has never, as far as I've only known, Mr. Jack has always been dating women his own age and stuff like that, and he's had some really nice girlfriends and stuff. I don't know, like, what happened, that is it some kind of midlife crisis where he just decided they wanted to go out with someone, like, who's his daughter's age, or...
All right, Sarah.
Yeah.
Listen, Drew, what do you think? Tell your folks.
Tell your folks.
Tell your folks and ask them, do you have a good relationship with your folks?
Yeah.
You trust your folks?
Tell your folks.
And take it from there. That was tough. I mean, what do you do? I mean, it's like your best friend is going to try to kill you, especially she's not getting any attention from the boys at school. All of a sudden, she's getting a ton of attention, and she's loving it.
It's no longer about, the priority is not preserving the friendship there. The priority is about helping this person.
All right. Miranda.
Yes?
You're on Loveline.
Hello.
Hey.
Yes, I called because I'm in love with this girl and I don't know what to do. And I still like guys and I still like having sex.
She's got a walkie-talkie or something, I think.
What do you call from? A sneaker phone? What's that?
Yeah.
Okay. You like guys.
Mhm.
You like having sex with guys.
Mhm.
But you're in love with a girl.
Yeah.
Have you had a physical experience with a female?
No, I haven't.
Makes two of us. But you're extremely attracted to her.
Yes.
And why do you like her so much? You say you love her.
I don't know. I just do.
What's your relationship with her now?
Like we were like best friends, so I don't know. I just like her.
How long have you been friends with her?
To see her undress and stuff. I've been like friends with her for like 5 months.
You're your best friends? You've only been friends for 5 months? Yeah. Okay. And she has no feelings for you as far as you know?
I don't know. I think she does. I kind of think she does.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Drew?
Chaos is the word that comes to my mind.
Why?
I just even listening to all of this, I'm like, guys, I like sex. I'm 5 months now. It's my best friend, and I want to have. I mean, I just kind of wow, a lot of emotional chaos there, like, as I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, Miranda, just kind of sit back a little bit. Don't act on impulsive feelings.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you have lots of kind of intense relationships. Is that sort of right with you?
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily healthy to go from being in love to being in love to being in love to sort of clombing onto people and having these intense relationships, and you get yourself involved and hurt in ways that you don't intend to. The physical part of it sort of draws you even further. I would say maybe have a little moratorium on relationships for a while and sit back, see what it's like to be by yourself, don't have any intense relationships, date a little bit, figure out who you are, what you need in relationships. Then when you have a stable relationship, begin to pursue, whether it's with a male or a female, pursue the physical aspect.
And sometimes the hardest and most disciplined thing to do is nothing.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And people don't talk about that because we're in this society that says, hey, get this self-help book or this series of cassettes. Hey, go to the gym. You need to lose weight. You need a haircut and a makeover. You need this. You need a new car. You need a new job.
Right.
You need carpeting.
Right.
You need a dog. That's what you need. You hear people talk about that. You need a dog.
Right.
But sometimes you need a vacation. The hardest thing to do is just to do nothing, not to act on it. You have an impulse. It could be a bad one. To stand back and just sort of chill out.
Yeah. And especially being alone and chilling out is tough for people.
Well, yeah, that's why I masturbate. We'll be back. Hey, Engineer Mike, was that click, 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 click thing supposed to be in that? That I was hearing click, 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 click.
I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't?
Nope.
Oh, that's scary. Great, I got a tumor. Fantastic. Let me get the phone numbers out. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. The fax number, 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. And, I heard the click again.
This is me. That's my mic.
Come on, Drew. Don't monkey.
I'm not monkey. I just moved it. And it just.
All right, well, stop moving. All right, Mark?
Yeah.
You're on Loveline.
Hey, how's it going, Dr. Drew, Adam?
Hey, Mark.
Good.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Good. I had two questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
My first one is I've been having a little trouble dating lately because I don't feel comfortable walking up to strange people. I guess I'm a little idealistic where I think maybe you should be friends for a while first, and that tends to be hindering.
All right, wait a minute, Mark. Don't try to make yourself come off smelling like a rose because you got problems.
Okay.
I mean, let's face facts. I don't want to be cruel here, but stating the fact that you don't get many dates by saying I have a little problem with coming up to strange people because I'm a little old-fashioned and pardon me for thinking we should be friends sounds like a big load of crap to me. All right, so we don't believe it, neither do you.
Okay.
Drew, would you like to continue?
Well, only insofar as this isn't really. First of all, it's not unusual, right? Most people have difficulty walking up to strangers, and really, what you're talking about.
That's why they invented beer.
What you're talking about is being able to respond, pursue somebody because you're visually attracted to them, physically attracted to them. When in fact, that's not usually the best way to pursue relationships. I think you're probably better off, in fact, getting to know people through your friends, people who share similar interests, people who know the people they're going to be introducing you to. And then if there's also some kind of physical attraction, then you have what you need to make a relationship. So you need just to work harder, I think, on meeting people through your friends, network more.
Oh, actually make an effort at networking then.
Yes.
Rather than waiting for people
Yes.
to come by.
You don't wait for anything in life.
And let me tell you something, Mark. That adage that people say when you go, I'm lonely, I could use a date, and they go, stop looking. When you stop looking, that's when people saying, yeah, it's Saturday night. Instead of going out and going to a party and talking to some friends and doing a little networking, you stay home, lock the door, draw the drapes, and just rent yourself some porn. And if somebody bangs on the door, just peek through the mail slot and don't let them in. That is the biggest load of crap I've ever heard.
But maybe don't look so hard. Don't be so desperate is a good piece of
But
advice.
the funny thing is that piece of advice is never given in any other scenario. Like if you said, hey, I'm out of a job. People go, hey, you got to hit the streets, man.
Right.
You got to get a resume worked out. You got to go out there and work it.
Right.
You know, it's not like you're on the run with any other advice, any other topic in life. Whether you need a house, you need an apartment, you need a
but is it not true that when you are out there as a male, you're out there desperately pursuing a relationship? What happens to the people you pursue?
They run.
Right.
They run. Yes. Let me tell you what the man is. I'm on a whole nature kick
but,
tonight.
So
Mark.
is it not good advice to say don't be desperate?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Because the man is like the puma out in the Serengeti. If there are any pumas out in the Serengeti, I don't know. But the point is they stalk. You know, they walk real low, like cats walk. You know, cats walk. They not like in the cartoons where they do that twinkle toes thing, but they walk with their backs, like their bellies, like dragging on the ground, and they see a herd of gazelle. And a lot of the good-looking ones are fast. That's right. See, the heavier ones are easier to pick off because they don't move so fast.
I got you.
But you creep up on them like the puma, like the wily puma. You see them, and you make your move, and they scatter.
Okay.
And you go after them. And, you know, the best way to meet them is at the watering hole. And this is the bar.
You know
this
what?
Is
that makes 100%.
You know what I'm saying? They're relaxed. They're...
But on the other hand, if you pretend to be one of those elk and kind of infiltrate, right?
That's right.
So, see?
You, the wily puma, know enough to get into the gazelle, or as Drew would say, the elk outfit, and infiltrate the herd. Then you can pick them off without the chase.
Gotcha.
And that's where the friends come in. The friends lend you the elk outfit. You with me, Mark?
I hear you.
All right.
I hear you. That
All
makes
right.
sense.
Get those. Take
I got a second part to this, too. I've been listening to you guys for about a week now, and I don't understand the squeegee deal.
All right. Well, that's a fair question because we do talk about it, but we don't often go back and reset it all the time. So let me explain something. I make that mistake because I'm not a radio guy. People who are radio guys know to reset all the time. I get guests in here and I go, "Hey, kids," you know, for an hour straight.
Right.
So, meaning if you missed the first 30 seconds of the show and you didn't know who we had on,
you'd
never know their name because I'm a bad radio guy. So we're going to reset here with this whole squeegee thing. The squeegee thing, you know what a squeegee is?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Now, when a squeegee is found in a person's bathroom.
In the shower
area to squeegee off the lucite door. You know, a lot of showers have that hard acrylic door.
Mark?
Okay.
Yeah, Mark, don't take notes. It's not that important.
No. I'm trying to think of what you're...
A glass shower.
Shower door.
Okay.
A shower door, not a curtain.
Okay.
He's picturing like a masonite hollow core 1 3/4 door with a deadbolt on it or something. Okay. A shower door, you pinhead. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I got you now.
All right. They squeegee it off because the gays are very meticulous. They're very clean people. We're going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in some trouble for saying that, but there's nothing wrong. It's a compliment. They're very tidy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Drew, when I was trying to figure out what makes a man gay, and I was putting my list together.
You meant on the list, you put what? Potpourri?
Potpourri, overuse of the turtleneck sweater when it's inappropriate wearing the turtleneck sweaters. Too much diet soda. Too many cats. Too much yogurt, stuff like that. During the commercial, Drew pulled me aside and he said, squeegee. And I said, what are you talking about? And he said Drew moved into a guy's apartment, or guy's condo, gay couple, moved out, left a squeegee behind. Then they moved into a house, Drew and his lovely wife, later on after the condo. Again, a gay couple.
I've been there.
I don't know why you're stalking the gays, Drew. That's another show.
Because they do wonderful care of their real estate.
They keep it nice.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Again, the squeegee is the only thing left behind.
Right.
That and the issue of Colt Roundup, which Drew currently keeps under his car seat, but we're not going to get into that. So Drew said, listen, the gays love the squeegees in the shower. And that's where the squeegee hypothesis comes from.
Purely just to squeegee the doors, huh?
Just to squeeze. What do you think? Like putting it up each other's butt?
No, I mean to
All right.
clean the water off.
Yes, that's all it is.
Door.
You don't.
Seems like a lot of effort to me.
Well, that is the commitment that the gay man has to the shower area. And we're moving on. Scott?
Yes.
You're on Loveline.
All right. The question I had to ask is, somebody told me something about Japanese people. You know how we have Coke dispensers and cigarette dispensers?
Mm-hmm. You mean vending machines?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And somebody told me that they have vending machines for little girls' panties.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yes.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
Really, seriously. Somebody
For what?
told me this. And that businessmen buy these things like people buy cigarettes.
For what?
I'm not exactly sure. I mean, somebody told me they smell them or something.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yes.
No, come on.
Oh, yes.
I'm not kidding.
Yes.
I'm totally serious.
Yes.
What? Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, these things are out there.
Go with that, Adam.
They certainly are. That they're called the Mrs. Livingston dispensers, as you know from watching Courtship of Eddie's Father. She was a young, attractive Japanese woman. Japanese men enjoy. It's considered a sign of fertility.
So you've heard of
To
this?
wear the women's panties on the head, especially at a meeting.
Stop.
Yes, oh yes, the Japanese, very superstitious culture.
Seriously, have you heard of this?
Yes, yes. 400 yen you have to feed into that thing just to get a pair of briefs.
That's great.
Yeah, they have in enslavement camps where they actually abduct Japanese teenage adolescent girls. They put them into panties and force them to jog around a track, each time changing the panties, each lap, and feeding it to this network of machines stretched out all over Asia. It's not just Japan.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
See, I couldn't come up with this by myself.
No,
Yeah. And then neither could Adam.
it exists, and there's parts.
I'll be honest, I'm not smart enough to come with this by myself.
No, you're not. For once, you're right, Scott. And let me tell you something. What goes on in parts of Brazil? They have the same thing with men's boxer shorts there. I know. I was recruited as a youth.
Oh, really?
Yes, I would have to put on a pair of BVDs and do gymnastics for an hour before it then made its way into the machine. Okay, Scott. See, we have the guts here at Loveline to delve into the the hard hitting stuff. Ryan,
Yeah.
you're on Loveline.
Hey, Adam. Hey, Dr. Drew. How you guys doing?
Good.
Fantastic show. Started listening to you guys just about a month ago.
Oh, good.
And listening to some of your other callers, I tend to find myself feeling more and more normal sometimes. But
That's why I'm here.
That's just listening to Adam makes you feel that way.
I've got a question for you. I'm married. I've been married for just over 2 years now, and tend to continue to have, as I did at a younger age, fantasies about women I've been with. In my dreams, they're generally faceless and nameless women, but during daydreams and stuff like that, they're women I've been with, women that I haven't been with that I wanted to be with at one point in time. And at times, I have a lot in a day. Is it normal? I don't, feel like I want to act out on them. I love my wife very much. I'm actually happier now than I was when I first got married. I was kind of nervous and scared and stuff like that. But as time grew on, I have so much feeling of security in my relationship with my wife that I wouldn't ever even want to, jeopardize that. But the fantasies get pretty explicit sometimes. And
I think you answered your own question about the relationship you're having. You're clear that it's something you want to remain with, you're committed to, and you feel good about. The fact that you have fantasies is completely normal.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now I'm feeling better about myself.
there's nothing wrong about that. Sleep
Especially
easy
at
night.
23. I mean, you're a young male still, and that's normal.
So not a problem. Just keeping to myself, huh?
Oh, yeah. Listen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, you hear honesty tossed about when people talk about components of a relationship. Honesty is fine when your wife is saying, "Are you nuts? Are you going to wear that tie? That looks like," that's fine. That kind of honesty is fine. And honesty about, doing chores and other little household things, of not paying a bill, that is fine, but not when it comes to these things. There's
I appreciate that.
No reason she needs to hear that. And by the same token, you don't need to hear the stuff she's whipped up. And believe me, men, Ann nodding her head like one of those weird little Dodger dolls with the spring-loaded big head that sits in the back of the car. She's going a million miles an hour with that head. Believe me, women have these fantasies. Huge. Even more so, I think, because they have the ability more so than men. They live in a, men are like, I got to see a movie and then touch myself. Women are more steeped in fantasy than men are. Ann is having one right now. Am I involved, baby?
No.
And we'll be back. Boom. All right, here comes the fabulous Drew. Now, Drew, I don't mean to critique, but I have to. You know, you're a little dry, as we say in the radio business, when you read these addresses. So you can get a little more, it's a prepared statement. There's no mystery there, but I want you to have fun with it this time.
That's the only direction you have. Oh.
Yes, yeah, there you go. Here's some appropriate music. Go ahead.
I don't know if I can do that.
Just punch it up a little, Drew.
P.O. Box 4345, Hollywood, California, 90078. And email LUB191 on America Online. That's it.
All right, that was good. You sold that, Drew. We're going to get a new guy to do this tomorrow. So we can tape it.
Actually, I'm going to be gone most of the week, the last part of the week.
Christ, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, now tell us that schedule very quickly.
I'll be gone Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and be up and skiing in Utah.
Uh-huh, and you're going to leave me here with whom?
We've got Dr. Bruce, Dr. Mark, and then your grandma, I think, one night.
Right, all people I can have my way with except for Grandma, who'll probably kick my ass up and down the studio. I'd like to thank Sam and Lori and Sherry for doing the phones tonight, the lovely producer Ann, the fabulous engineer Mike, myself, Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew. We'll be back tomorrow night.
So that's it then. You have been listening to Loveline. The opinions expressed on Loveline by Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, or anyone are not necessarily ours. Be happy. Be happy. Happy, happy, happy. Happy. Loveline's producer is Ann Wilkins. Thank you.